Few countries have grown as fast as China. The mass rural migration to cities hungry for labor has put pressure on urban authorities to develop new growth models. The World Bank and China's government have teamed up to find answers to questions on urbanization. CCTV's Rachelle Akuffo explains.
Urbanization was a key issue for Chinese Premier Li Keqiang and World Bank President Jim Yong Kim back in November, when they agreed to pursue the joint study. The World Bank and China's Developmental Research Center of the State Council, or DRC, examined how China will cope with the massive population influx to its cities in the next 15 years.
Urbanization has been a key driver of growth in China over the last 3 decades. 260 million people moved to the cities during that period. But it is expected that perhaps as many as 300 million more people could move to the cities by 2030.
But there are some misconceptions about the correlation between urbanization and growth.
Urbanization brings with it growth, but urbanization has also to be set up, as I said, in a very efficient, sustainable and inclusive way. Some people have this image of everybody living in Beijing and Shanghai, and that clearly is not what urbanization will lead to.
While China's urbanization model has avoided some of the pitfalls commonly associated with it, like urban poverty, unemployment and squalor, barriers to migration are among the biggest issues for migrants. China's reforms include a plan to close the divide between rural residents, urban residents and those who've recently migrated. Reforms are also planned for China's hukou system, which has imposed strict limits on permanent places of residence. According to the DRC, until 2020, they'll give at least 100 million people urban hukou, giving them the same rights as their urban counterparts. They'll also introduce the so-called residence permit system, where the longer you stay in the city, the more services you qualify for. As China's economic policies shift towards a more market-driven model, the DRC expects a positive impact on urbanization, gradually improving people's quality of life.
So with the introduction of the market system, then the land can be used more efficiently, and density can be enhanced to reduce the side effects of the urban sprawl, such as pollution, congestion, etc.
It's unclear how long it will take for the impact of these reforms to be felt. But the hope is to create higher quality, sustainable growth and harmony for future generations of urban Chinese. Rachelle Akuffo, CCTV in Washington.